When people research Dallas, the suburbs show up as the perfect dream: new homes, quiet streets, safety, great schools, and yes, all of that does exist, I promise. But there are also the day-to-day details that never show up in the photos that are online, some of the guides, as well as details that completely change whether this move is really right for you. If you're new here, I'm Dee Walton, and I help families understand the Dallas area with clarity and with strategy. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the videos about the neighborhoods, schools, and everything that matters when you are planning your move and your purchase here in the Dallas area. In my daily work, I talk to families who arrived in Dallas with a very specific picture of what suburban life looks like, and they realize there are nuances that you won't quite see on Google, and that's exactly what I want to show you today. The Dallas suburbs are incredible. Frisco, Plano, McKinney, Prosper, Allen, as well as some of the Dallas suburbs that are my favorite, like Heath, Parker, and Capel. They all have great areas, but each one has its own personality, its own pace, and its own lifestyle. And what I want to show you is how these differences affect your routine, your adaptation, so you can choose the suburb that actually makes sense for your life. So one of the expectations that some may have is that moving to the Dallas suburbs is always cheaper, but the reality is that depending on the suburb, your overall costs can absolutely go up. A bigger home brings comfort, but also higher spend on furniture, upkeep, and maintenance. Renovating or preparing the home often takes more time and energy than people might expect. Some families end up paying less, others break even, and a home may look more affordable at first, but the total cost of suburban life depends on the size of the property, the area, and your family's lifestyle. Frisco, Plano, McKinney, Prosper, Allen, all of these are amazing suburbs, but each one feels completely different. Some are extremely family-oriented and quiet, while others are more academically competitive, and some have more cultural diversity, while others are more homogenous. The sense of community and comfort varies a lot from neighborhood to neighborhood, and you're not just choosing a house, but you are actually choosing the social environment that you'll live in every day. So expectation, it's just a little bit more driving, but the reality is that most Dallas suburbs are not walkable. The grocery store, gym, coffee shops, parks, and everything requires a car. Your routine becomes more intentional and less spontaneous. For families with kids, this structure works really great. For people coming from a condo or an urban lifestyle, it can be a little bit of a shock. The routine can be peaceful, but it also means relying on a car for practically everything. Another expectation when moving to the suburbs is that the top-rated schools equal a perfect environment. Reality, though, is that the Dallas suburbs have some of the best public schools in the region, but that does come with more competitive academic culture. Families who value structure and high performance love it, but families who prefer a more relaxed school environment need to really look closely. Even within the same suburbs, school cultures can vary. The schools are excellent, but each district has its own level of intensity, and that really does shape your family's routine. So when it comes to the lifestyle and personality of some of the suburbs, I want to share just a few. First up is Frisco. It's a very popular suburb, and it's new, it's planned well, and it's well structured, but it's also competitive. It's ideal for families who love organization and routine. Another really great suburb is going to be Plano. Plano is more established, it's stable, and it does have a little bit more of an adult vibe, a quieter lifestyle, and great for people who want calm, but with easy access to Dallas. When it comes to areas like McKinney and Prosper, extremely family oriented. A lot of nature, more space, more house, more peace though, and perfect for those seeking a more quiet living. And if you're thinking about Allen, Allen has strong school and sports culture. I've talked about this in some of my videos. Huge on the school and sports culture for Allen, and also a very structured community feel. Richardson is a great suburb. It is going to be student-driven area because of the university that is located there, which is University of Texas at Dallas. You're also gonna have a calm rhythm and then limited social life outside of the university environment, but still easy access to Dallas. The most common mistake mistake is believing that all suburbs are the same. They're not. Those differences completely shape your experience when you move to the area. So who are the suburbs really for in Dallas? Families with kids who want safety and routine, people who value space and quiet and structure, and anyone who prefers stability over the city noise. But if you are someone with a strong urban lifestyle, you really want to evaluate whether or not the suburbs are going to be a good fit for you. The suburbs can be perfect as long as they align with what you truly want. So what should you evaluate before you decide on which suburb or which city, which neighborhood is right for you? First things first is going to be walkability. The second thing you want to evaluate is the school district profile as well as its academic intensity. You also want to make sure you are evaluating true and real commuting times to where you need to go, whether it's work, school, or church. Also, social rhythm of the community. What's kind of that vibe? Also, evaluate the dominant lifestyle of your area as well as the total cost of living in that suburb, and whether you prefer calm routine or a little bit of urban energy. Moving to a Dallas suburb isn't a good or a bad decision by default. It's really just a lifestyle choice. And Dallas is sprawling with suburbs, so it is often the option that is on my client's list, but I want to make sure that you have the information to make the right choice. The right suburb can make life easier, calmer, and more enjoyable, but the wrong one can quietly add stress to your daily routine. So if you're considering a move to the Dallas area and you want clarity on whether or not suburban living actually fits your lifestyle, your commute, and your budget, then reach out. My contact information is on your screen as well as in the description box. And you can use the QR code that is on your screen to book a call so we can get started to discuss your strategy on purchasing your new home in Dallas. And if you're not ready yet, no worries. Go ahead and utilize this QR code that is on your screen to download my relocation guide. That is an absolute great resource to get you started on your journey to Dallas. And I'll see you in the next video.